Hello my dear viewers, my name is Dr. Brodsky. I'm a GP. I work under the NHS, but I also do private anthroposophic medicine. It's quite a mouthful. Anthro stands for human being, Sophie stands for science, so it's actually science of the human being. Now, the reason for all my videos is I want to bring you anthroposophic medicine in a way that is helpful to you and enables you to do so much about your own health that you stay healthy, get healthy and stay healthy. And you actually need to access people like me, medical professionals, very little if at all. Today I want to talk about coronavirus. It's something that worries all of us. People have died, quite a lot of people, and the mainstream medicine gives us tools, but not enough tools actually. So mainstream medicine, we focus on prevention, i.e. Reducing the spread, wearing masks, isolation. But actually, from a holistic or anthroposophic perspective, there's the other side, and it's a much more empowering side. That's what I want to share with you today. You already know some of it. So this is about what we can do ourselves to make ourselves more resilient and stronger, to prevent ourselves from getting the virus and actually having a mild illness, as opposed to life-threatening illness should we contract coronavirus. So in anthroposophic medicine, we consist of 4 components, if you like. So it is our individuality, or the I, that differentiates us from the animals. It's our feelings, it's our energy, and it's our physical body. So we can actually, working on one level helps the other 3. And so if we work on all 4 levels, our health will be in a very good place. And if we do it regularly, we'll be very resilient and we'll be actually looking at very graceful aging. This is another beautiful thing we can all do. So how do we stay healthy at the level of our individuality? It's a very good question, and it's very important. It's a very important one in anthroposophic medicine. We take it super seriously. So our individuality is where our individual goals and aspirations are. So really on that level you want to be following your dreams. And that's not always possible. Sometimes we have to do work we don't like. But I suggest looking at your goals, thinking what your aspirations and dreams are, and doing something towards that every day so that you get closer to your dreams every day, little by little. And we're going to leave it at that, because talking more about that will take us into coaching. And I recommend coaching very highly. If you get yourself a good coach, that actually will be very good for your health indirectly. Next level is the level of feeling. So how do we stay healthy, and how do we promote within ourselves feeling life that's conducive of health and strong immunity? Well, that's actually very simple. So we need to conquer our anxiety and our fears, and also promote gratitude. So basically, it's about mindfulness. Some of you will already do mindfulness. If you already have found something that works, please keep doing it. Could be meditation, could be yoga, Anthroposophic actually offers a whole lot of mindfulness also, and this is what I do. That's what works for me amazingly. There's a little book I can link in with this underneath this video, so you can check it out. I talk about it in my other videos. The other thing is gratitude. I incorporate that into my every single day, because that way I stay in the positive and I do not focus on the negatives. Actually, this is positively reflected in your immune system. So feeling grateful is an amazing antidote to feeling low and sad. So I highly recommend gratitude. Now the next level is level of energy. Level of energy benefits from everything else we do on the other levels, but specifically what is really amazing for good energy is rhythm, having a strong rhythm, sleeping at the same time every day, if you can, eating at the same time every day. Now we all know how shift work actually is not good for us, but it's not only not good, it shortens our lifespan. So if you have to work night shifts, I hope that you soon will no longer have to work those night shifts. So if you can sleep at the same time every day and eat at the same time. So next level is physical level. So here we have a lot of things to do. So thing number one is actually to detoxify our body, because when our body is fighting a virus and at the same time has to fight or clean our body from the toxins that we've been putting into our body for decades, then it's not a good starting point. By toxins, I mean, of course, alcohol, smoking, negative emotions. That's why we were talking about feelings, but also things that you wouldn't have thought are so toxic, but they actually are. So say, for example, you eat half a bar of chocolate every day for 7 years. Just an example. You know, your liver will actually struggle because it will have to detoxify your body from that chocolate. Chocolate is a super highly processed food. It's full of fat, it's full of sugar, and it's full of acidity. So actually that will be a burden on your body. And if you've been doing it for a long time, that will not be a good starting point when you have to fight coronavirus should you get it. So cut out all processed foods if you can and cook from scratch. Next thing is alkalinize. Okay, that is a potentially a big thing, but I don't suggest that you just have purely alkaline diet because it's like very hard work. But actually just cut down on animal products. They're highly toxifying, they're highly acidifying. Some animal food is absolutely fine, but not every single day, not a lot. People who eat red meat are at a much higher risk of getting cancer than those who don't. This is a fact. So eat less animal food, please. Less processed food, less fried food, less coffee. This is very acidifying. If you can start doing green juicing, I will link my video on green juicing. There is so much information on green juicing out there. It is worth it. You don't have to do it every day. If you do it once a week and then just refrigerate it, it will keep. Unless you put something sweet into it, do not do that because it will go off very quickly. Sugars don't keep. So just pure green juicing. Next is vitamins. There are 2 vitamins that you do not want to be deficient in when fighting coronavirus. Vitamin C is necessary for our immunity. Most of us are deficient because we just don't eat enough. Foods containing vitamin C. You can't get much vitamin C from an apple. You can't get much vitamin C from a banana. Not at all. So, and also greens that have been cooked do not have much vitamin C. It's not heat resistant. So I suggest 1 lime or lemon a day. Clean it, squeeze the juice out and drink it through a straw with some water, but do it every day because we cannot store vitamin C. We pee excess out and we need to replenish it every single day. Next, vitamin D, sunshine vitamin. I live in the UK, and so here all of us are deficient in the winter. In fact, I test people throughout the year, and guess what? A lot of people are profoundly deficient in vitamin D even in the summer. So please take vitamin D, 1,000 units a day. You can buy it in the pharmacy, Amazon, anywhere. Tablet or capsule, doesn't really matter. Some people prefer spray. 1,000 units once a day. However, if you feel exhausted and you feel achy all over, you may be profoundly deficient. 1,000 units a day will not cut it. So please just ask your GP for a blood test. Ask for exact number of vitamin D where you're at. You want to aim for 120 because when a blood test comes back, if it is 50, 51, that's normal range. Your GP will say, well, it's normal, but actually you don't want to be around 50. You want to be aiming for 120 to feel well. So you may then need to take high dose vitamin D for a period of time. Only for a period of time. If you take high dose vitamin D forever, then that can cause problems. Your calcium can go up, you can get kidney stones, blah, blah. So that's where the test is handy. Okay, next is exercise. You want to do some regular exercise, but don't over-exercise. Over-exercising reduces immune system. Next, let's talk about what to do if you do contract coronavirus, okay? So rule number 1 is to rest. Even if you feel well, do not go to work. Do not exert yourself because this is when the damage is happening to your lungs. And you want to allow your body to concentrate on cleaning all that muck out of your lungs and actually fighting the coronavirus. Do not work when you get coronavirus. Go to bed and rest. Thing number 2 is fever. In anthroposophic medicine, fever is good news because fever is the optimal temperature for our body to fight bacteria and viruses, so we never kill fever. Even in NICE guidelines, which all of us mainstream GPs follow, in NICE guidelines we only use paracetamol and ibuprofen to reduce fever when the person is in distress due to fever. We never kill the fever because of fever. It's only when they're in distress. So paracetamol and ibuprofen, even in mainstream medicine, are not necessarily used in cases of fever. So fever is okay. Keep warm, have hot drinks, lemon and honey, go to bed and rest. Okay. Now, I just want to concentrate a little bit on the bigger perspective on the vaccine that hopefully we will have at some point. Simply because in anthroposophic medicine, we have traditionally always believed that vaccines are bad. Of course, that was 100 years ago, and the context was vaccines were discussed in the context of childhood feverish illnesses that they were to prevent. However, now the situation is different. In a lot of American states in America, actually vaccines are mandatory. We're now in a condition of a pandemic all over the world. People have lost jobs, businesses have closed, people are isolated, sad and depressed because they cannot see their loved ones. This is the context we are actually talking about. So in this context, if we can get a vaccine that will help us conquer the pandemic, that will help us restore normal ways in which our society is working, see our loved ones, go out, enjoy theater, and just, income, people can have their income back. I think vaccine becomes a small evil, so I would personally have it, and I think vaccine is a good thing under the circumstances. By no means it is an evil, actually, so it's a good thing. The other thing, of course, for a vaccine to be effective, we need a herd immunity, which means such and such proportion of the population need to be immune to the coronavirus for the vaccine to be effective. And in the case of coronavirus, it needs to be at least half the population to 2/3, which is quite a lot of population, really. So when it comes to the vaccine that is effective, please just go ahead and have it, because under the circumstances, it's a good thing. This is all I wanted to share with you today. Get in touch if you have questions. If you need help, I'm happy to help. And I just wish you good health and take care of yourselves.